Yo, 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 what's up, Boogie Squad? Boogie here, bringing you the Week 2 highlights and recap from this weekend's Boogie Squad Series, and what a weekend it was. We had some great matches, and that's what we're doing here, bringing you the highlights and review from all the great Rocket League gameplay we had this past weekend. Match 1, I had personally as my match of the day. It was Wolfknights versus Galactic Empire, and man, did it live up to the expectations until Wolfknights just broke it wide open. Match 2 was Guys versus OIS. Some great defensive gameplay, and Guys just seemed to be too much offensively for OIS. We'll get into that here soon. Match 3 was Rocket Science Gaming, or RSG, versus Wolfknights. This was an amazing series, and I can't wait to bring you the recap and highlights. Here we go. Let's get into it. Week 2 recap. Let's go. And here we go. Game 1, Match 1 highlights from the Galactic Empire versus Wolfknights series. What a game this started out to be. Just a side note here, if you watched last week, either live or recap, there was a different squad this week. I think the squad that you saw this week for Galactic Empire was the original squad they had intended on playing, but last week Quasi wasn't able to make it, so Necro stood in as their sub. And this is also the team that started off the season with that 1v3 situation against RSG. And so this was a good measuring stick for what this team was able to do. And the game started off really great for both sides. But you started to see this shift just after halftime. Wolfknights seemed to get a little more comfortable. And you start to see a few minor mistakes, whether it was rotations or miscommunication by the Galactic Empire team, and Wolfknights took advantage of it. The first goal came after about halftime. It was the 2:15 mark. And then from that point on, Wolfknights just took over, ended up winning the game 5-0. And you could start to see the Wolfknights team getting more comfortable. And that led into game 2. And, you know, you just had to ask yourself, how is this Galactic Empire team going to respond after, losing game 1 5-0? And here we go. How would Galactic Empire respond in game 2 after going down in game 1 5-0? Here's a chance to wipe the slate clean, a fresh start, and unfortunately it didn't go their way. A continuation of game 1 early on with inside 30 seconds, an accidental own goal, miscue on defense. Right after the next kickoff, another miscue on defense. Two Galactic Empire teammates bump into each other, go down 2-0 just outside of 30 seconds to start the game, and that would be the story of this game. Unfortunately for Galactic Empire, they went down. But hats off to Wolfknights, man. One thing about this team is when they get going and get comfortable, look out. They can be a scary team. Another note here, Buddy Bowler. Keep an eye on him. He is asserting himself as the top player in this league. So excited to see what both these teams can do. If I'm Galactic Empire, I'm forgetting about this week, moving on to the next. What do I got to fix to show a strong performance in week 3? If I'm Wolfknights, I'm looking to repeat both weeks. Strong gameplay in both weeks. Looking to see what kind of noise this team continues to make as we move forward in this Boogie Squad series. There it is. Match 1 goes to Wolfknights in a 2-0 sweep over Galactic Empire. Good luck to both teams next week. And we'll see you in the recap for Match 2, which was Team Guys versus OIS. And here we go. Match 2, Game 1, Guys versus OIS. What a way to start Match 2. Guys and OIS defensively were very, very strong. And that's been the question mark surrounding this OIS team. Can they take that strong defense, and can they convert it into transitional offense? And you'll see as this series goes on that unfortunately that was not the case this series. They held on for so long against a solid team. And guys, right now the only team to beat Wolfknights, who looks like the strongest team in the league, but Guys has a series win over Wolfknights, which was last week, and OIS took them to the brink. Unfortunately, in game 1, you start to see the score finally pop and break open right after that 2-minute mark. It was just, Team Guys was just too much for OIS, but hats off to OIS with their strong defensive performance. You gotta love it. And if they can just figure out a way to turn that strong defense into offense, they could really give some strong teams like Guys and Wolfknights a run for their money. And that they did. They pushed and pushed as much as they could, but the offense for Team Guys was just too strong in the end in game 1 for OIS. And Team Guys would take this game 6-0. But hats off to OIS for the strong performance. And how would they respond in Game 2? And here we go. Game 2 highlights coming at you. OIS coming out strong defensively again. Pushing this Guys team, who's a strong offensive team, to the brink. Guys gets on the board quick, 1-0. OIS finally takes that great defense, manifests a goal from that defense, transitions down, gets Team Guys out of position, puts one on the board, evens it up around the 3-minute mark, and you start to think, could this be the game that they break out? And unfortunately, that strong offensive performance that you've seen from Team Guys week in and week out was just too much for OIS. OIS ends up going down to the Team Guys 6-1. Team Guys takes the series in week 2, 2-0 sweep. This Team Guys is a team to keep an eye on. Again, they're the only team to beat Wolfknights. You have to think, could this be Wolfknights versus Guys, could this be what we see in the championship series? We have a lot of Rocket League gameplay left. I'm not saying that's the case, but my prediction right now in week 2 could be that. Team Guys versus Wolfknights in the championship series. A lot of Rocket League gameplay left. So other teams out there, if you're hearing this, let it be motivation to you. And with that, let's get into match 3. And here we go. Match 3 of the day. RSG versus Wolfknights. First thing, RSG has a full team, so here's a measuring stick for them against one of the best teams in the league so far. You see some great Rocket League gameplay on both sides. It goes back and forth for most of the match, and finally, Buddy Bowler, there he is, breaks the game open, or breaks the tie, with 3:02 left in the game. One thing you see in this game, at the minute and 46 mark, unfortunately, Burns disconnects. He DCs from the game, so now, here we go. RSG is down a player, 2-3. They give Wolfknights a run for their money. It's still 1-0. Unfortunately, just around the 30-second mark left in the game, Wolfknights puts that dagger and scores another goal. They go up 2-0. But even down a player, man, this RSG team still holding strong. And you have to wonder, can they rebound in Game 2? Can they push Wolfknights to a Game 3? And let's see. Game 2 highlights coming at you right now. And here we go, match 3, game 2 underway, and this game starts off very similar to game 1. This back and forth between both teams, feeling one another out, trying to get some rhythm going on each side, and then you start to see the chemistry of this Wolfknights team. And to the trained eye, anyone who's played Rocket League long enough, you start to see these little intricacies in their offense, reading one another, feeding off one another, and to the untrained eye, the rotations, if you want to see it, this is it. These two plays right here are special. The rotations and the chemistry between this team are exactly what you expect to see at this level of gameplay. But again, even though they're down 2-0, RSG responds around the 2-minute mark. Could this be the spark that they need? Could this start their comeback and push this Wolfknights team to a Game 3? Unfortunately, Wolfknights proves to be just a little too much for this RSG team. They end up taking the game 5-1. They avoid being pushed to a Game 3. But man, you have to be excited about where this RSG team is at. They got a full team this week. They give Wolfknights a solid team a run for their money, but in the end, Wolfknights ends up being just a little too strong for them and takes the series 2-0. And there you go, Boogie Squad. Week 2 recap is in the books, and if you missed it live, I hope this was able to sum up the weekend for you. What a great week it was. Some great Rocket League gameplay. Strong teams are starting to show up more and more. Got a couple questions that need to be answered by a couple teams, and I think they will in week 3. Don't be sad if you missed out this past weekend, because we got week 3 coming at you this Saturday, November 20th, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Match 1 kicks off. Come check out all the exciting Rocket League gameplay and myself, JBoogie0229, at twitch.tv/JBoogie0229. And Boogie Squad, as always, collecting adventures and making memories one stream at a time. Boogie is out. Peace!